Hello everyone, I'm Ryan from 2 Car Pros, and today I'm going to show you how to change the oil in your 6-liter GM truck product. This is a little bit different than the car because the intake manifold looks a teeny bit different, but if you have a GM product with a 6.0 in it, this is going to cover it because all the 6.0s have 6 quarts of oil as the oil capacity, which is the information you need to know. So with all that out of the way, the only thing you're going to need is a socket set, an oil catch basin, your oil, a new oil filter, and some of your time. If it's a truck, you probably don't even need to jack it up off the ground. You can probably just crawl under there. But if you do want to jack the vehicle into the air, I have a great video up here. You can go look at that. It's an awesome short video that will teach you to be an expert on lifting vehicles. With that out of the way, let's jump in. All right, so we're going to grab our 15mm socket here and take the oil pan drain bolt out. Typically, you just need to break it loose, and you can back it off with your fingers. Perfect. Okay, so once we've gotten to this step here, we're going to wipe off that mating surface, just like that. Make sure that is nice and clean. We're also going to take a look at our oil pan drain bolt to make sure it's in really good shape, and this one is. Now, we did have to replace this washer here. You can see that. It's a brand new washer on there. It's a little rubber washer. They have these at AutoZone you can buy. I just peeled off the old washer because it was crumbling into nothing, and actually that's why this is leaking a little bit. So if your washer is no good, just replace it and make sure your oil pan drain bolt is nice and clean, and we can replace that as well. All right, we're gonna tighten that up. Torque spec is on screen if you really need that, but if you don't need that, I respect it. I'm not gonna be using a torque wrench, just tight is good. You got to remember, all it's doing is holding oil into this pan. It's not actually securing any objects together, but it does have to be a little tight. Okay, so now that we're at this juncture, we're going to get a little dirty with our used oil, and we need to spin the filter off the rest of the way. There we go. All right, once the oil has stopped dribbling out of that port there, we're going to look up in there, and this part's really important to make sure that the old O-ring isn't still sitting up there, or the old gasket, whatever you want to call it. We're going to clean that mating surface really, really well so the new O-ring has a place to adhere to, or not adhere to, but a place to seal. Because if it doesn't seal, well, you get an oil leak. So you can look up there and see that there is no old O-ring on there, so we can move on once we've cleaned this off real nice, and it's nice and shiny. Alright, so this is the oil filter you need for this GM 6.0 vehicle. It is a PF61E 8x AC Delco. I can only recommend putting AC Delco on your GM products. Link is down below in the description. And this is what it looks like. But we're not done. We need to put a nice little film of oil around the O-ring to get proper seatage. So I'm going to put some on our finger here and go around this O-ring until it's nice and lubricated. Don't need a ton on there, just a bit, just enough, like that. And no, you do not need to pre-fill the filter. That is an old standard that nobody uses anymore. You can if you want to, but you're just going to make a mess. But the oil filter does fill up within a second of starting the engine. So we can go back over to the truck. So we're going to take our nice oil filter here with the pre-lubricated O-ring on that nice clean surface. And screw that on there. Now, you want to wait until it gets tight here and then go about 3/4 turn more. Because it's not supposed to be on Hulk super tight. Here we go. Just about as tight as you can go. With your hands. Do not use any tools when putting an oil filter on. Alright, 6 quarts later, and we can remove the funnel and replace the oil cap. Just like that. We're going to let it run for a while to make sure all the oil is circulating throughout the engine, about 40 seconds or so, and then we're going to check the level. Alright. Wipe the oil dipstick. Check it again here. And we can see that it is basically exactly where we want it. It's right there. It's almost at the very full mark, so it's perfect where it is. 6 is the correct amount. All right, so that is how you change the oil in your 6-liter GM product. It's pretty simple and straightforward. There's nothing special about it, and if you do it yourself, you're going to be saving yourself a whole bunch of money. I couldn't give you an exact figure because that changes from shop to shop, but I did the oil change for about $30, and I guarantee you even something like Jiffy Lube would charge you at least $60 to $70. If not even more, especially if you're at a dealer. So doing your oil yourself is a great way to get some mechanical experience, save some serious cash, and know the job is done correctly. All applicable links are down below in the description. I have the oil filter and oil down there, so if you're confused exactly what filter to get, I have a link down there just for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.